I could have your attention here in the deadline room, we will continue on with pre-race media availability for Sunday's Citizen Soldier 400. We are now joined by Chase Elliott, driver of the number 24 Mountain Dew Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And Chase, if you win on Sunday, not only do you automatically advance into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup round of 12, but I heard tell that Little Caesars will be giving away one free $5 hot and ready lunch combo featuring a 20-ounce Mountain Dew to every customer who comes in on October 11th. So there's no pressure on your shoulders this week.
No, not at all. So really cool to be carrying Mountain Dew colors this weekend. They have such a cool brand, and they've been doing some really cool stuff with us this year through commercials, advertising, and then definitely this deal with Little Caesars to give away a free lunch combo on October 11th if we can pull it off this weekend. So just proud to be a part of their brand and really excited to have them on the car. They're such a great group of people and have been awesome to work with. So we appreciate it and looking forward to the race.
Outstanding. We'll open the floor to questions. If you have questions for Chase, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. Questions for Chase Elliott. We'll start in the back with Tom Jensen. He's in a different area code. I don't know if you can see him back there.
There it is, way back there.
Hey, Chase. Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. Since this is your first chase, how has the actual experience differed or been similar to what your expectations were coming in?
Yeah, it's been, I think this first round to me has been similar to races that we've seen throughout the year, I guess just kind of regularly. I don't think the intensity of a lot of the guys that have experience in this deal, I don't think it has been ramped up quite to the point that it will be, depending upon if you make it further in. I think the further you get into it, the more it's going to ramp up for sure. And then obviously when guys are put in certain situations, their intensity is going to ramp up individually, as you see. Like last year, this race last year was a big race for that. So I think a lot of it is situational, but to me, this first round has been pretty normal as far as the races go and how I've seen people driving and whatnot. I feel like it's been pretty similar to the races throughout the year. So like I said, I think if you make it further into the deal, it'll ramp up, I'm sure. I mean, it has to as you start eliminating more guys and it gets down to a smaller group of people.
It will come up front. All the way front.
I suppose I can just yell it.
Yeah, there you go.
You probably could, but they wouldn't be able to hear it on NASCAR.com.
I understand. Rich Colbert, Motor Racing Network. We're headed to Charlotte next week. It's going to be at night. Do you see that race being better during the day, and what do you expect when we get there next week?
That's a good question. I mean, I think I'm trying to think. So we ran the Showdown race event leading into the All-Star race during the day, and it was, I thought it was a fun race, but I thought the race that night was fun too. So I don't know. I think it's tough to say. I guess, was it last year that race got rained out and they ran it during the day? I can't remember, but it seems like it's going to put on a good show. I feel like at night, and the thing about Charlotte is it just picks up so much speed when that sun goes down. Whatever they did on the surface of that racetrack and how when they repaved it, it just seems like the grip when the sun goes down is like it was when it was new. I never raced on it when it was new, but it sure does have a lot of grip. So that's interesting to me, and I think that as you get into nighttime, that's why we see the speeds pick up so much. And if a guy can get his car driving right, around the bottom of the racetrack, that's definitely going to be the place to be. So it's tough to say. I haven't run a whole lot of day races there, and I haven't, other than the Showdown, I haven't done one in a Cup car during the day, really. So it'd be interesting, but we're kind of into that part of the year where it's starting to cool off. So I don't know that it would make that big of a difference now this time of year as it would if it was in the summer.
Go next to Jeff.
Jeff Clark from USA Today. Chase, Dale Jr. is going to be at the track this weekend. It sounds like on his podcast that he's hesitant to come in some of these races because he thinks he's in the way or something. But does it boost team morale to have him around? Does it lift everybody's spirits?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I mean, we obviously all want him to be back and to be getting better. And I don't know a ton about what he's had going on. I know he's been doing a lot of sponsor obligations and things of that sort, and making sure he stayed true to his commitments, which I think is pretty cool and tough to tough to do, I'm sure, in his situation, to just be doing that stuff and not be racing. So have a lot of respect for him on that front, and I definitely think so, especially the 88 group. I mean, for those guys to see him at the racetrack and they're supporting them, I'm sure it has to mean a lot to those guys. And I think as a company it does, but definitely centered around the 88 group, I 100% think it would for sure.
Go next to Nate.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Chase, Jimmy was saying on Wednesday that he felt as if, barring any mistakes, that you or him will make the final round. As long as you guys execute, he feels like the speed has been there the first two races, that you guys a Hendrick car should make the championship round. Do you feel the same way, assessing the first two races, that you or the 48 should make it?
I definitely feel like we have an opportunity to get there for sure. I think we've been fast enough these first 2 weeks to get there. I think a lot of it's just going to depend on, just being fast doesn't guarantee you to make it to this next round. So, for us, I was really proud of the way we ran last weekend. We ran inside the top 5 the majority of the day. That was a huge improvement for our group. Loudon's a terrible racetrack for me, so I was really, really happy with just the fact that we were able to be kind of in that group. I don't think we had anything for Martin or Matt or Kevin there at the end, but and you just never know how those races are going to play out. I had a bad restart there at the end, and the guys on tires end up getting to you with those cautions, and you just got to play defense sometimes. And in those situations, I know we didn't get the finish we were hoping for, but at the same time, you got to look at the other outcome. You could have been wrecked and sitting in the garage there at the end. So you kind of have to look at that both ways. And when you're playing defense, that's easy. It's easy to be sitting in the garage pretty quickly. So I 100% think our group or Jimmy's group can make it. I feel confident in that. I think we've been fast enough these first 2 weeks to do it. But obviously, you got to have some things go your way throughout this deal, and you got to execute your races and try to stay mistake free.
Do we have any additional questions? We'll go next to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. When you talk about having this additional speed the last couple races, is as much you guys are just better getting through the corner, can get through the corners quicker like the Toyotas have, or is it straight line speed? Where you guys kind of been able to pick up as an organization the last few weeks?
You're not going to like my answer, but it's honestly a little bit of both. I know that our engine department's been working really hard. I think that you see their improvements across the board, not just Hendrick cars, but I have a lot of respect for Mr. Hendrick and everybody at the engine shop for making their engine program so fair. I think they do a really, really good job of making it fair across the board, from our 4 team cars to the Stewart-Haas cars to the Ganassi cars. Everybody is getting good stuff, and I think when you see an improvement in the engine shop, you're going to see that across the board, and I think we've seen that the past couple weeks. So I think there's definitely something there. I know from the chassis side and some of the things we've had going on there, the body side, I know Alan and our group has been pushing really, really hard on that front, trying to improve, trying to get the best stuff we can get pumped out of the shop and to the racetrack. So I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest with you, and I think we're moving in the right direction on some items that I think we've been missing, and that's encouraging to me.
Any additional questions for Chase? Well, Chase, thanks for taking the time to join us this morning, and good luck this weekend.
Yep, thank you, guys. Have a good one.